Hello everybody, welcome back. Today is a video as part of the video series for Trigonometry and Algebra 2. This is a problem where we have to solve for x. We have a equation which is right here, and I need to solve for x. So this is a typical problem as part of the exponents, contain exponents. So let's start. 8x plus 3, 32x squared minus 1. So the first step is to understand the behavior of the exponent and how these behavior are related to this problem. So let me give you a basic behind exponents. So if you have ax and that is equal to by, this is only true when a is equal to b and x is equal to y. So ax and you have a, let's say m, right? You see base are the same. In this case I can say x is equal to m. This is a concept. So that is the concept I'm going to use here. For me to use that concept, let's further simplify that 8 and 32. 8 and 32 are, number where both are divisible by 2, right? There are 2q, meaning 3 2's goes into 8. The whole idea is, since this is exponent problem, you want to raise that 8 into 2 with its power. So in my case, 2 cubed will yield 8, right? Okay, similar thing that let's do that for 32. That would be 2 5 and x squared minus 1. Okay, and then once you have that format, let me give you another basic, which you have m and n. Let's say you have a base with exponent m, and then there is collective power of n outside, right? What do we do now? In this case, we simply merge the power by multiplying it, not adding, not subtracting, just multiply it out. So you have 3 and then you multiply it out with this. You have 5, you multiply it out with this, minus 1, right? Since we have the same base, which is right here, I can use a concept of their power are also equal. So guess what? I can say 3x plus 3 is equal to 5x squared minus 1, right? Okay, so let's distribute that 3 out for both terms. That would be 3x plus 9. Similar thing for 5. That would be 5x squared minus 5. My whole idea is to keep everything on this side, and I want to leave 0 on that side. So what do we do now? I basically take conjugate of x squared and subtract because it was positive, right? And then I would add here because it was negative. In that case, I could cancel that 5x squared and 5 on that side, and I will keep everything on the other side, negative plus 5. Okay, that cancels out. Negative 5x squared will remain as it is because there is no other term that it could compute with. And then 3x, I wrote that negative 5x squared front just to put in a format of ax squared plus bx, x squared plus bx plus c format for the quadratic equation, right? So there is nothing for 3x to be added or subtracted, so let's not do that. 9 plus 5, which is 14, equals 0. Okay, I could go ahead and start factoring this out, but you know what? I don't want negative. Same thing applies to you. You don't want to have negative in front of that 5x squared, and one of the best effective way is to multiply both out with negative 1, right? And that will, it's the same as of distributing that negative 1 to negative 5x squared, 3x and 14, and you're doing it on both sides, so it's balanced. So negative 1, negative 5, that will be positive 5x squared, and then negative 3x, negative 14, whatever that you have multiplying with 0 will still be 0, no question asked, right? So this part is done, and this is where you figure out what would be the factor for this problem like this. So since this x squared is not alone, it has 5 as a coefficient, you're going to write it out as this, like parenthesis, parenthesis. So there will be some number and there will be some sign. So the whole idea is you focus on this negative 14, write it down on the side, find a tree for negative 14, two number that will multiply to give you negative 14. In my case, 2 and 7, right? And 2 and 7, but either negative 2 or negative 7. There are two possibilities, right? Okay, there are two possibilities to get you negative 14, but you need to find out either if this works out or if this works out. So this is all about checking. So let's do that. Let me erase that. Okay, so let me see if the first choice fits in. So negative 2 plus 7. Okay, so if that fits in, let's do that. Negative 2, negative 7. You need to get negative 3x. So 5x and 7, that would be 35x, right? So I'm gonna switch my number. I'm going to write plus 7 here and minus 2 here. So I don't want to multiply that 5 with 7 because I get a huge number, right? So 5x and then negative 2, what do I get? Negative 10. And then 7 and x, what do I get? Plus 7. What is the result? Negative 3. And it works right here, negative 3. But let me show you what would have happened if I had used another choices. So for example, let's say in my case, instead of using negative 2, I would have used negative 7 and plus 2, right? So what will happen? 5x plus 2, that will give me plus 10, negative 7, negative 7, right? And it will give me positive 3, but I don't want positive 3 because my problem is negative 3, right? That is why I will ignore this choice right here. Okay, so 5x plus 7 and x minus 2 equals 0. So this tells me either 5x plus 7 equals 0 or x minus 2 is 0. Subtract 7, add 2, 5x, that will cancel out, 7, and you want x by itself, so divide with 5, 7 over 5, that is 1, and x is equal to 2, that is another 1. So you can write it in a format, 2, 7 over 5, and that would be your answer. So so you solve for x, and these are two possible choices that will satisfy this equation, and this is how you do it. So if you remember these basic ideas for exponent, you are not only solving not only solving this particular problem, but we would be solving problem like this in general, right? So focus on formula like this. These are just I just wrote the formula that were essential for this problem, but there are a couple more associated to exponents, and I will be using that in a future video whenever that is needed. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel for more videos to come.